This will be a presentation on the presence of Indian cuisine in Australia in relation to a case study of Indian immigrant Vivan. Vivan comes from India originally, from the Punjab region in the north of the country. This map shows where India lies in relation to Australia in a global setting. Historically, early diets in India, around 4,500 to 2,500 BC, included lentils, chickpeas and lamb brought from West India, millet and sorghum from Africa, and rice, citrus and chicken from Thailand. Sugarcane grew native to India. Around 300 BC, a lot of Hindus became vegetarian, or ate a lot less meat in accordance with philosophies of the time, and further, between 400 and 650 AD, Hindus stopped eating beef as cows became sacred. In 1100 AD, Islamic conquests in northern India caused many to give up pork in accordance with the Quran. Wheat and rice offer the greatest caloric intake for the Indian diet, consumed mostly as flatbreads or as steamed cakes or whole grains. Lentils and chickpeas supplement these grains to create whole proteins for a normally vegetarian diet. Common herbs and spices used include curry leaves, cardamom, cumin, coriander seeds and leaves, cinnamon, ginger, turmeric, fenugreek seeds, mustard seeds, black pepper, saffron and a variety of chilies. These all have Ayurvedic properties that are utilized not only for nutritional but holistic health practices. Many different cooking practices are used in the Indian cuisine, including clay oven or tandoor baking, steaming in vessels or leaf wraps, stewing, deep and shallow frying, particularly for desserts and snacks, and countless others. North, East, South and West are the four main different regional styles in Indian cooking, each with its own historical influences, with the North favouring rich gravies using nuts and cream, coloured with saffron and wheat or bread-based staples, while the South focuses more on rice as a base of dishes, in various forms such as thin crepes and steamed cakes, often served with coconut or tamarind-based sauces. The East of India features a lot of fish in their diet alongside rice and delicate seasonings, and finally, the West also features fish and a combination of both wheat and rice bases and a variety of pickles to compensate for less availability of fresh vegetables in the area. Hindu and Muslim are the two dominant religions that have influenced Indian cooking and food habits the most. India celebrates so many festivals, it is said that one is celebrated daily, and with India's abundance of communities and influences, it's no wonder. Food is often at the centre of these festivals, and many dishes come together to create communal banquets, often with sweet treats and desserts being particularly special at this time. India draws its cuisine from many influences throughout its long history, including the Portuguese interest in chilies, Iranian meat cooking practices, breads such as naan, dairy, nuts and fruits used to enrich savoury dishes, and English and Chinese fusion cuisines eaten both in India and in each respective country. The Indian cuisine is unusual in that it typically does not include much, if any, meat by choice. Unlike other religions and philosophies, India's proportional vegetarianism stands stark against the prized meat industries of the West and desires of most other populations to utilize this form of nutritional protein. In most recent statistics, 2013, main agricultural output for India include sugar, rice and wheat. Main exports include rice, wheat and maize, and largest imports include palm oil, pulses and products, and believe it or not, sugar. Here we can see a comparison of key commodities in India, wheat, rice and sugarcane, compared to Australia in the same time period between 1961 and 2013. These commodities are described in terms of the supply available by kilogram per capita per year. As we can see, there has been a decline in supply of wheat in Australia from 100 kilograms to 70 kilograms, compared to the increase in India from 28 to 60 kilograms. Rice supply in Australia has grown from 3 to 11 kilograms, while in India it has stayed relatively stable, beginning at 66 and climbing to 69.5. Finally, sugar has dropped in Australia from 53.5 to 36.5 kilograms, while India has seen a steady increase from just under 5 kilograms to nearly 21. Indian immigrants, more specifically immigrants from Punjab, have over a 150-year history of migrating to Australia, beginning in the 19th century when they came as hawkers and agricultural labourers. Punjabi farming communities were established along the east coast, some of which still exist. From 1901 until the 1970s, the White Australia policy made migration impossible for Indians, so it wasn't until the policy was lifted that a new type of Punjabi immigrant began to arrive. These were educated professionals of urban backgrounds and settled in cities on arrival. In the 2011 census, Australia had a population of 295,000 people who had been born in India. Curry, at least in its anglicised form as a result of British colonisation in India, was introduced to Australia by Joseph Keane, who brought the manufacture of curry powder from England when he emigrated in the 1840s, and whose Keane's curry powder has since become a household name. More traditional and varied examples of Indian cuisine began to grow in popularity in the 1960s, when Australians began to travel to India and brought back a taste for deeply spiced and classically Indian dishes. Because of this newfound interest among non-Indian Aussies, coupled with the market of the large population of Indian migrants who reside here and their associated long-standing restaurants and shops, Indian food is ever popular and present in Australia. Australia has also been influenced by trends in other Western countries, such as England and America, to take on Indian flavours as a weeknight treat. As Australian cuisine was not inherited in a traditional sense from small localised farming communities, it has taken on many influences from international origins. With abundant access to many varieties of ingredients, particularly in the last century, professionals and home cooks alike can draw from a melting pot of foods and practices on a regular basis. Currently, Indian food culture continues to grow in popularity, with TV shows like MasterChef engaging viewers in culturally varied food preparation, and TV chefs like Curtis Stone exposing Indian food as more than just the Rogan Josh and chicken tikka masala that the Western palate has come up with to bridge the two, when he said, "Indian cuisine has complexity and balance of spices. For particular dishes, particular regions are a major factor in India." Thanks for watching.